Hello everybody, welcome back for StarCraft 2 action. We have Mixu going up against DnS in the group stage of the Homestory Cup. Group C, we've already seen Clem, Mana, Hero Marine, and Rainer play in this group. And the two remaining players in this group are these players, and they are duking it out in round 1. On Amygdala, which is of course that map with the golden base that has rocks that are just slightly too tough to take down early. So it's not like you can 12 pool, put some pressure on your opponent, and break down the rocks. You really have to go like 14-14 for that as the Zerg, to go like early speed ling, get like 12 to 16 lings, put some pressure on the wall, then take down the rocks. Well, I don't know, you get a lair behind it, drop them in the main. But we haven't, or at least I haven't really seen any strategies using this middle gold base. I'm guessing that it's not worth it. Like maybe this should have been a rich geyser, maybe this should have been one extra gold patch. Because I think that is kind of what the map wants, no? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's more like a later game piece. Or if you get it later in the game, then you're probably already taking over most of the map. But the, what do you say, the vulnerable positioning of the base already kind of takes away the purpose of the rocks in my eyes, but so far Amygdala has given us pretty decent games, some blowouts as well, but I'm not ready to give up on it yet. And let's see, DnS and Mixu came to fight as well to this Group C of the Homestory Cup, as this is their premier game in the group. You want to see them come out swinging. They need to show us what they've got if they want to have any chance of making it out of this group, or at least make a good splash. So we see Stargate from DnS coming out. Now, I haven't seen much of DnS outside of the last Homestory Cup, but we have seen a little bit of Mixu, mostly because he plays Stormgate as well. We did watch some of those replays. Mixu going for the rocks right away with his lings. Look at that. He actually acknowledges that there's a base there. I love that. We're getting gas for Mixu here into a no gas mining at all. Just getting a third base. Gonna drone up. DnS going for an Oracle. And let's see what he does after that. Since we've been watching a lot of 2v2s, I'm expecting Phoenix, but in 1v1 that shouldn't be the case. We should be seeing a second Oracle, and maybe even a third one, but Blink is still pretty good. Stalker is going out to find this Overlord, and he did see it. Yes, he does see it. But he probably can't end the life of this Overlord. Yeah, Overlord is gonna get away. Is going to be able to scout the natural gases, which is pretty big for the Zerg here. And the Zerglings go back to the rocks. Oracle does see it, but doesn't mind. Oracle didn't get a nice energy boost from the Nexus. Oh. We see one larva going down into an Evo Chamber being morphed here. Evo Chamber is the slightly better choice if you have the space, because it's just as expensive as a Spore Crawler, but it has more total HP, and I think its build time is lower relative to how much HP it needs to gain, if that makes sense, compared to a Spore. Oh, the Oracles come in, the double drive-by, and there is one Spore Crawler here that is trying to take root. 5 drones go down, and now they also laser down this Queen as well, DnS. Oh, he goes deep, but he does get rewarded for that, and that is 5 drones and 1 Queen. But what I was saying, Spore Crawler's 300 health. I think it Evo has slightly more and builds faster. So it gains health faster. So if you build an Evo, it's a safer option, but it's bigger. So it's harder to get. Like, getting a Spore Crawler is easier because it's the same cost and it's smaller. Speedling still working away at the rocks. DnS tempted a little bit there to activate the Pulsar beams, but decides against it. Probably not worth it for one Zergling. Third Oracle is on the map. Now we do see Forge, Twilight Console behind it, and now some Adept Shades plus Oracles come into the natural here. Oh my. And one Evo Chamber was being attempted to be built. There was an attempt at building. Oh, the Adepts go into the main. They find a bunch of Zerglings and a Queen. They do manage to target down some more drones. Nice targeting by DNS, honestly. 7 drones go down there, together with the Oracles doing some harass at the natural as well. That is 7 more drones. That's 12 drones in total. Putting DNS in a decent position here versus the Zerg. Well, honestly, a great position. As the Zerg, you don't want that to happen. And what is this? We see a Spire going down here for Mixu. That is an interesting change-up. I mean, is he gonna go for Corruptors here or gonna go for Muta? I'd expect him to go for Mutalisk. Because then you make like 12 Mutas, you just fly across the map, and if your opponent doesn't have any shield batteries, you are gonna kill a lot of probes. And if your opponent is across the map, you're gonna kill a lot of probes. Doesn't see the Spire. Oh, poor DNS. He did have Revelation on all of his Oracles, so he could have used it. And a lot of Protosses would have revelated at the base there. And they would have seen that Spire, but now it's still an unknown quantity. Oracles fly in again. Wow, 4th base has been spotted. Oh, these Oracles. Oh, they see it. They see it. Goes for a Revelation. I mean, oh, he 100% sees it now. He sees the Spire on the map. The Mutas are going to come out, and we're going to see the response if DNS really, like, saw it with his eyeballs. Blink is done, and he's attacking. So that is a response to the Mutas, most likely. Because if your opponent wants to invest 600 resources, 600, into Mudmuds, they don't have much of a standing force. Now, he saw the Mutas pop there as well, so now he 100% knows the cannons are coming out and the Phoenix starts up, which leads me to believe that he was still a little bit surprised, DNS. Maybe expecting that his attack would prevent Mixu from starting the Mutas altogether, but no such case. Oh, the Mutas try to kill this 4th base. Don't go for the probes, and there was a shield battery at the 3rd, none in the main, but now the cannon's done. I mean, Mixu is buying a lot of time here. 73 drones on the map. So he has a decent economy. Mixu's doing a good job there. And maybe forcing out a couple more Phoenix would be nice, as he is transitioning fully into a ground-based army behind this. Some Lings come in for the 4th as well. The Stalkers try to click down these Mutas, and the Phoenix are there to pursue as well. Oh, the Lynx and Roaches moving across the map here from Mixu. Dude, he's causing some chaos on the map here. 3 Oracles. If the Mutas could find that, then maybe. Bunch of drones are being transferred to the next base. I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh, he got the gold base. Nice. Mixu is aware of the fact that we have a gold base on this map, and now Mutas come in to defend the Overlords, but they realize that Phoenix actually deal quite well with the Mutas, and they run away. The Ling Roach is going to take care of these rocks so that Mixu can actually defend the backside of this base. The sides have been opened by those rocks decaying away. How many Phoenix do we have? We have 3 Phoenix, and they have managed to get 5 kills to their name. 7 Corruptors on the map, though. Ooh, this is interesting. So this could be kind of cool. We see a Hive come up. Are we going to see a Greater Spire here? And some quick Broodlords. That would actually be really cool to see a Broodlord rush in 2024, I think this was. 2025? Yeah, just at the start of 20... Oh, double Nydus. Double. He came to fight, dude. I mean, he has a Hive, no Adrenal, no Greater Spire. Oh, there comes Adrenal. I mean, with these Corruptors, I'd be so tempted. Ooh, Ultralisk Cavern. Ultralisk Cavern versus Protoss. Well, I mean, it's versus carrier specifically. And it has not been scouted yet by Mixu, but maybe he knows how DNS plays and that DNS believes in the Sky Toss. Now, we already have Storm as well for DNS here. And he's getting a 5th base at that gold base. Has a couple cannons at the 4th. Has a cannon at the natural. Dude, he is locked in. As in, he is locking down his side of the map. But Mixu very effectively taking his side of the map. Another Stargate coming out. More carriers being chrono boosted out. And here comes the double Nydus play from Mixu. There's a bunch of Zerglings inside. And Zergling Roach here find one of the Zealot run-bys. The Corruptors try to do something. And luckily, Corruptors are pretty good against Carrioren, or the carriers. And here come the Lings. Lings have +1, but no Adrenal Glances yet. The Nydus Worm does end up getting taken down. But this Overseer... Oh, and another one. They are putting down more Nydus Worms. The Roachling gets on top of the 5th base. The ground army is here to stop that. We still have Nydus Worms in the main. Are not unloading their Zerglings. Oh, one of them does get unloaded. And apparently the laser beam from the mothership does fire damage, causing that Nydus to catch fire. Kind of like a Hellion would. Or a Hellbat. 3 Ultralisks are underway. Ultralisk armor is coming up, and wow, we have this drop here. It's a little weird. This base gets taken down before it even goes up. We do have nice spine positioning. Look at this. These spines are positioned so well. These zealots on a move will funnel into the gas and the mineral patch and the spine. That is very nice, because these spines are not there to hold off the run-by. They are to delay the zealots from doing what they do best, killing drones. After killing Zerglings. Ooh, double drop comes in, but this is 4 cannons. It's actually pretty good at stopping 16 Lings from doing anything, plus a nice warped from DNS. Has some air units and ground units at the gold base now. 4 carriers and a Mama ship. And 6 High Templar with Storm. Now that is quite scary. Well, we do see the Infestor gets a fungal on the High Templar. Now the Ultralisk comes in. Chomp, nom, nom, nom. Eats all of those High Templar. Only 1 Storm goes down. Another one from the 1 High Templar that was lagging behind. Now we do have big cloaking action from the mothership, cloaking the entire Protoss army, making it very hard for the Zerg units to do anything as they cannot see their Protoss adversaries. More Corruptors are coming in. 14 more Corruptors with the Ultralisks as well. Oh my. This... I mean, Mixu has high supply, but DNS is pressing on to creep here. And catching a lot of the expensive reinforcements. Corruptors aren't cheap, and Ultralisks aren't cheap. Linker Ultra is pressing into this army of DNS. DNS does not have any more Storm, and the Corruptors come in. The Viper comes in with the Corrosive Bile as well, or what is it, the Parasitic Bomb. And now the recall comes out a little late for DNS. The mothership does go down. And what do we have remaining? Or was that a... No, that was not the mothership recalling. But we have 2 carriers remaining. A couple new High Templar, and DNS did lose a lot of expensive units there. But Mixu had to sacrifice a full base full of drones on top of the gold base that he also lost. So probably worth it there for DNS. Mixu has a lot of money in the bank, though. He can rebuild, get more drones, get a bunch of spores. Because spores after the last patch are, like, so good. So very strong. Dude, I can't... 5 cannons in your natural, because you just don't want to get Nydus Wormed. Another Nydus Worm goes down. Another one popped up somewhere. These Ultralisks make quick work of the zombie run-bys. And another Nydus tries to get up into the base of DNS, but Mixu not finding any luck just yet. Does get a nice bottom base here. Probably going to reattempt the top as well. The Ling Ultra gets in. The What is it? The corrosive breath? Spray? It's corrosive spray, I think. Caustic spray, that's it. Caustic spray is the ability from the Corruptors. They put that on the Nexus, and it started dying real fast. Together with the Adrenal Gland Zerglings with +2, +3 now in production. And still 5 Ultralisks on the field. Why is he building Ultralisks? Because carriers don't do a lot of damage to Ultralisks, especially if they don't have full upgrades on the attack. Because Interceptors do a lot of little attacks, just like Marines. And Ultralisks just don't really care. And then they can get on top of the High Templar, which are the big moneymaker in this army, keeping those Corruptors from getting a stationary angle on the carriers and the Mothership. Mothership nowadays can't be abducted either. Big Time Warp comes in, and we have some Queens with Transfuse, but those Ultralisks just melting too. The 5 Immortals that are underneath this Mothership. Archons in front, and that is a big golden armada from DNS crashing through Mixu's base number 5 here, and it just keeps on rolling, and Mixu sees the writing on the wall, and it's written in Zerg blood as DNS crushes his army in game number 1 and pushes him off of Amygdala's plains. I do like this big planet on top of this, like, sky fortress, I suppose. It's, makes me think of the one mission from, I think it's Wings of Liberty? Yeah, I think you have to kill, like, a sky fortress to keep all the Broodlords and the mutas and stuff from hitting you in the final mission all in. Which was the way more fun mission as well. And you really didn't want Broodlords against you from all sides, literally 360 degrees in the final mission. Made it very difficult to play. But what is also difficult to play is Mixu against DNS. He had a pretty rough time here in game number 1. Lost a lot of drones. Found some nice counter damage, counter pressure. But the double Nydus play didn't end up finding the damage that he needed to, like, really cripple DNS. Did kill that gold base once. Did deny this 4th base once, I think. But DNS was just ahead. So then the Protoss can just kind of sit back. Make a couple extra units, make some cannons, make some shield batteries, make slightly slower moves and still be fine because he's ahead. So he can do some assurance policies, put those into his build, and even after losing all of the High Templar and losing his Mothership and a bunch of his carriers, DNS was able to switch it up. He made a bunch of Archons, he made some Immortals. He's like, I see you're making Ultralisk. That means you don't have Lurkers. That means you have a lower Corruptor count. That means there's probably no Baneling run-bys into this base, even though it's completely set up to be defended against that. You probably also don't have 25 Hydras and a bunch of Vipers. Like, it's probably going to be that Ultraling with some Corruptors. And the second army that DNS made dealt with that perfectly. So hopefully in game number 2, we can see Mixu switch it up a little bit. I like the early Spire, although it was probably a reaction to losing that many drones. You were like, okay, I need to gamble something. So let's see if Mixu could pull out a more standard game plan in game number 2, or tech switch a bit more in that later stage of the game. Catch DNS off guard instead of being caught off guard himself. And for game number 2, we load up into King's Cove. Bit of a bigger map. DNS taking game number 1, moving out with a quick probe to get some scouting information here for game number 2. But Mixu just going for a nice hatch first. Doesn't seem to be inclined to go for like a 12 pool type of stuff. Drone does go to the 3rd base. Does not want to fight for his natural, and of course that early of a probe, usually hard to finish your hatchery in there, especially if you go for the 16 hatch as Mixu is doing. DNS setting up a pseudo wall, most likely gonna fill it. I don't know if you even... Does this pylon even reach? It looks like he's gonna go for a wall like this. Like a vertical wall. I guess that is a little bit more suitable against early pool type shenaniganry. But now he can go for a Nexus. Could even put his second pylon here and then still get that wall. But I don't know if you are fast enough to wall this in as well. You have to be pretty committed to get that wall. And DNS shows us that, nope, we're gonna wall like that. Just a nice vertical wall here on King's Cove. DNS, I mean, is probably very comfortable in this game now. He's up 1-0, just displaced Mixu's hatchery, and handily beat him in game number 1. It was a little scary for him, all things considered. Losing the gold base, losing a couple of your carriers, losing a mothership. That's scary stuff. Mixu, in the end, no slouch in the RTS realm. So I have a full trust that he's going to show us something nice here in game number 2 to try and get back into the series. Spawning pool starts up the speedling upgrade, as no more gas mining will be done for the foreseeable future, as minerals means more economy. And Mixu's economy was a little depressed in game number 1, so we need a stimulus package, alright. Now DNS going for the Stargate once more, which, you know, not surprising in ZVP 2025. You want to get those oracles, you want to get that security, then move into whatever else you want. Most likely Twilight Forge. Maybe you can do some Stalker Pressure with an Oracle count. Maybe you can cut 1 or 2 Oracles and do something cheeky. And this Adept does get in a little bit of scouting information as well with that Ghost that he sends out, or the Shade. Double Shade into the 3rd base, but we do have 4 Zerglings here to deal with it. The first drone gets targeted down, and DNS doesn't mind sacrificing his Adepts to get that drone damage. He liked the drone damage that he got in game number 1. Zerglings do get 1 kill on the Adept, and that is 1 Adept for 1 drone and 5 Zerglings. Now, if you're Mixu, you don't mind it too much, as long as you don't remake those Zerglings right away. You want to make the drones and then the Zerglings. Now, 2 more Adepts moving across the map. And they are gonna look for some follow-up damage. 4th Adept is being created as well. Here come the Shades, and the drones are all alone. There is 2 Queens here. The Zerglings pop out on the right side. This Spore is doing God's work. Nice body blocking. Those Adepts really wanted to get on top, but couldn't. And this Oracle, though, does get some 3 kills. And totaling 4 kills now. Adepts in the 3rd base. These Adepts boys are being super annoying here. And one of them seems to be going down. No, it has 3 health. It gets into the main, kills another drone and another one. And that is 6 drones, maybe a 7th one. Oh, nice Spore Crawler morph. But the 7th one was found. Instant cancellations, and this Adept does run away. That's a total of 8 drone kills from just an Oracle and 4 Adepts. And we have the double Oracle squad here as well. If they manage to find some more drones, that could be disastrous. They get on top of a Queen that is off creep. This Queen, very sad, explodinates into dust. Or, well, guts. And Queens are more expensive nowadays, guys. Oh, this is a big Ling Flood. This is committed, but there's so many Adepts. You don't expect this. As Mixu, you're like, why do you have so many Adepts? You are not making glaives. You just have a lot of Adepts. And these Lings are here to cancel this 3rd base, but instead they find Adepts, trade out. But these Oracles are gonna be back home before any real damage can be done here by Mixu. And he does start up a Nydus Worm. Oh my god, he's feeling the pain. He's like, oh no, I've got to get some damage done across the map right here, right now. And he's making more Zerglings, more Queens. And he's gonna try and get a sneaky Nydus Worm into the main base. But little does he know that he is fully in sight of DNS. Maybe he puts it in the front, maybe? But this Nydus Worm is gonna go up. The Queens are in, the Lings are in, the Nydus Worm is gonna go down. And DNS warps in a Zealot right away. The probes come off the line. And Mixu has been spotted here. Are the Queens gonna come out first? Go for the transfuses. No, yeah, Lings, Queens. No, 2 Queens that don't have transfuse. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, didn't put in the high energy queens first. That means that this rush gets completely stomped into the ground, and that puts Mixu very far behind. Lings die, queens die. Nydus Worm didn't bring him anything, and he is at 40 workers. Oh, Mixu. What are you gonna do? Like, he's making more links. He's making a second Nydus. He's just going for a second attempt at this. Maybe he can get something, but look at DNS. He's like, yep, making pylons, shield batteries, cannons. I can't lose this game anymore if I just don't die to a random Nydus Worm. Nydus Worm goes down at the outside of DNS's base. This Stalker finds a lot of Zerglings. This Immortal does get surrounded. That's a good start. Mixu. Oh, the force field does keep out the Zerglings, but the sentry dies. This Immortal's still alive somehow. And this Immortal just kind of wiggles its way back into the natural wall, and DNS gets the GG out of Mixu after having that Hero Immortal stay alive somehow, some way. And, I mean, that was rough, honestly. That was just kind of rough. Mixu going for some type of all-in after, again, losing a bunch of drones. And it just didn't quite work out. The lag probably played into it as well. I prefer this spot for my night eye, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you can even see it. But I like to put my overlord over here, and then you put it. But maybe it doesn't work on this map, but there's a lot of maps that have like this ramp, and then they have like this alcove here, this little outpost. Sometimes it extends even a little further. And then if it's not common to high ground wall there, it's just always dark there. Because they have all this vision from their natural, all this vision from their main, and then nice little outpost. Mixu, Mixu, Mixu. Oh my. That was rough. But sometimes cheesy Zergs just fall flat, even though, in my mind, Mixu can kind of do it all. But DNS had his number here in this best of 3, and that is a good start for him. In Group C, Mixu really has to start the engines and get something going here. But it's just the first game of your group stage, or the first series. But you kind of want to win this one if you're going to do well in the group. But you can still make a splash if you just win all your other series, right? Guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching my StarCraft 2 casts. Hope you enjoyed again. And I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.